Mississippi officials, you know what they did? They gave millions of dollars to rich people, including Brett Favre. They gave a bunch of money to the $1 million man, Ted DiBiase. What the hell does Ted DiBiase have to offer the state of Mississippi and his son? Now, remember, Mississippi is experiencing a water crisis like no other. Jackson, Mississippi, 85, 90% African American. So let's talk about all this money. I'm talking about $70+ million going to people who did not deserve it. All right. Let's put up Brett Favre's picture. Let's go ahead and do this the right way here. Brett Favre, favorite of many, is one of the individuals who received a whole lot of money to do speaking engagements. Brett Favre was recently questioned by the FBI for his involvement in a Mississippi welfare money scandal. According to reports, Favre was paid $1.1 million in federal welfare funds in 2017 to 2018 for motivational speeches he allegedly never gave. Although Favre has now paid some of the money back, the Mississippi state auditor says he still owes $228,000 in interest. Keep his picture up. You see that guy, Brett Favre? Welfare queen, right there. Okay? $1.1 million of taxpayer money from a welfare program in Mississippi. There's more. Let's put up the $1 million man, Ted DiBiase, and his son. The $1 million man, Ted DiBiase's Christian nonprofit received more than $2 million in federal welfare funds from the state of Mississippi. The payment began shortly after DiBiase's son, Brett, aka Ted DiBiase Jr., was hired by the MDHS. Okay. The younger DiBiase, a former wrestler himself who worked for the Heart of David before being hired as the department's deputy administrator, resigned his post after 9 months. He was one of 6 people indicted last week and accused of embezzling how much? $4.15 million, once again, in welfare funds. $48,000 of which was used to pay for Brett's treatment at a luxury drug rehab facility in California. Ted DiBiase Sr., his name and Heart of David do not appear in the indictments. The auditor also revealed something. The auditor revealed that $70 million in temporary assistance for needy families, welfare funds, were dished out to a millionaire athlete, a professional wrestler, a horse farm, and a volleyball complex. According to officials, Brett Favre has not been charged, and his lawyer has repeatedly claimed Favre did nothing wrong, but there's a bigger issue here. Let me stop just for a moment on this point. To the attorney of Brett Favre, if Brett Favre did nothing wrong, then why did Brett Favre pay the money back excluding interest? If Brett Favre did nothing wrong, why have we not been able to see a clear indication of work provided? He was paid for speaking. That's already insane, okay? He's a multimillionaire, and the state of Mississippi is the poorest damn state in the United States of America. So if he did nothing wrong, show me the receipts of the work he performed. Just show me one speaking engagement. Did he do one? Did he come and speak to at least one event? There's more. Mississippi, as I said, is the poorest state in the union. 18.8%, damn near 20% of its residents live at or below the poverty line. This state also boasts the highest child poverty rate in the country, with 27.9% of its under 18 population meeting federal poverty guidelines. Jackson, Mississippi is the state's biggest city and is currently engulfed in a water crisis, which has left more than 180,000 residents without running water. Now, I've explained this before. Jackson, Mississippi is 85, 90% African American. Jackson, Mississippi, holistically, Democratic, politics, race, etc., play into this debacle. But let me highlight two numbers. Right now, we can calculate $70+ million, 70+ million was paid out from the state of Mississippi to rich ass white folks. Okay? 70+ million. Do you know how much is allocated for the infrastructure, for water infrastructure from the federal government to the state of Mississippi? $75 million. Literally, they spent the same amount of money they have in their entire budget for infrastructure development for the state of Mississippi, while black folks in Mississippi don't even have clean drinking water, while black people in Mississippi, black children in Mississippi can barely flush the toilet because of water pressure issues, while senior citizens in Mississippi, Jackson, Mississippi, are being threatened with dying because of the unsanitary conditions. Let's put up a picture of the mayor who has been sounding the alarm. Finally, people are listening. Jackson's mayor, Lumumba, said the city's water plant had failed numerous times since 2020. They knew about it a couple of years ago. He sounded the alarm. They did nothing. The state did nothing. According to the official, in early 2020, the city's water system failed an EPA inspection. Nothing was done. In the report, the agency wrote that the drinking water had the potential to have the presence of harmful bacteria and parasites. Based on evidence, there was cloudiness in the water. They also expressed concerns about the condition of the distribution system, et cetera, et cetera. All of this years ago, known by the governor, known by the officials, known by those in charge of the private company that did this. Nothing was done to help. Now, once again, we have encouraged individuals to provide what you can to the people of Jackson, Mississippi. We have done multiple water drives through my radio show. We're going to continue to do those, but contact the people in Jackson, Mississippi, contact some of the organizations. The Relief Fund, they are working, Disaster Relief Fund, they're working locally with residents and churches and other organizations to make sure people have at least clean bottled water, if nothing else. All right, my dear brother, what are your thoughts here?
Well, again, it's another tough story, but Mississippi is going to Mississippi. You know what I mean? I mean, this is nothing new for Mississippi government officials to steal the money, divide it up amongst themselves and their rich white Republican friends, and allow the black people in Jackson or anywhere else in Mississippi to suffer. This is nothing new. This is horrible. This is incomprehensible that you have a major city with no water. I mean, no water. It's not just drinking water. It's not being able to flush toilets. It's not being able to wash your dishes. They have no water. And as you said, they've known this for years. And this is what I don't understand. How can the federal government not charge these people when you have the fraud and again, not even trying hard to hide it, right? Like you said, giving the money to Brett Favre. His motivational speeches must really be bad because he didn't motivate anyone to do anything. And the exact numbers matching up. Here's 70 million from the federal government. Let's divide up 70 million. I don't understand why there aren't federal charges in this kind of corruption. Maybe there'll be some, but the immediate problem, like you said, is water. And I don't know, the federal government has to step in and take over and say, yeah, we're going to take the money and we're going to get water. We're going to build the infrastructure for this city because you haven't.
Yeah, Brett Favre, the only motivational speech he got paid for was the one he did behind the scenes to get that damn contract. That was the motivational speech he got money for.